Okay.
This is Charlie Kao with Travel Mall Media Group. I'm with Mr. Ooi Chok Yan, who's the CEO of Penang Tourism. We're at ITB Asia, day number 1. Good morning.
Good morning.
As I warned you, I'm going to start this interview with a little testimonial.
Okay.
because Penang is one of my favorites. I travel Southeast Asia a lot, and you have such a diversity and mix of culture, food, nature. The persona of the people are really lovely, and so on and so forth. You know, and you have the hardware. You have plenty of great hotel selections and things, and you always innovate. So, give us an update of what your latest innovation is in terms of activities, facilities, etc.
Okay. Morning, everyone. I think first of all, though, like what we try to give everyone is an experience in Penang. So it's not like you just come in here, take some pictures, you know. We want you to bring back something, and we want the experience will be through different senses. You can taste it, you can hear when people talk in different language, and you can smell the scents when you're walking. So you know, like we want to give people an experience that is involved or trigger their senses. So as you all know, Penang, the heritage area, the UNESCO status. So you know, when you go into Georgetown area, it's not only the tangible buildings, you know, you also experience more on the intangible heritage, which is, you know, like you can communicate with the people there, you can understand. I think there's a lot of stories behind people that staying there. So from understanding the story, you know, you can have more in-depth of understanding about Georgetown.
Give me an example of how that works. Now, I've spent a lot of time, and we're referring to Georgetown, UNESCO World Heritage, one of the few in Asia of a complete area. I mean, you're talking thousands of units, not dozens, that are very old. And so how do you get the people to participate and interact?
Okay, for example, if you're walking around Georgetown area, so example, you just come across, you walk by this old Indian cafe. So they're selling this teh tarik, which is a very traditional drink. So maybe the next door, you come across is a Chinese guy, it's a coffee shop that's selling the Hainanese coffee tea. So it's a very contrasting that it's just next to each other, but you feel the differences of the culture, the differences of the background, and you sit down with them, you know, you can talk to them in different language, you know, and you can understand, I don't know, from the setting of the cafe itself, you know, you can see that the deco, for example, in the coffee shop, you know, like from Chinese and the Indian, you can see the difference. And then also, if you taste the food, it will be different because of they are coming from different parts of the world. So, you know, some will taste a bit spicy, some will taste a bit like southern part of China. Yeah. So I think that's a very unique part.
How much of the pride that I've experienced in most Penang people are pretty proud of being Penang.
Yes.
How much of that enter into their communicating visitors?
I think I can say all the Penang lines, they are tour guide. You know, they can tell you the stories. They are very friendly. Sometimes I know. Example, you say you want to go to this temple. Instead of showing you the direction left, right, turn left, turn right, and things like that, they will say, never mind, I'll just bring you there. You know, then along the way, they will start to ask you, how many days are you staying here? Oh, you should try this, you should try that, and things like that. And then the thing is that everyone have their own personal favorite spots where to eat, for example, the food, because food is a very important thing for Penang nights. You know, like we eat like maybe like 5 to 6 meals within a day. So everyone will share with you what is their favorite stall. So I think that's the part that, you know, like Penang people like sharing. You know, telling people the story behind. You know, when you walk past certain buildings, they will say, "Oh, do you know that 20 years ago, this building, the story behind," things like that. So, you know, in let people understand more. It's not only the surface, but you can understand the history. And then when you have the stories, when you go back, then you can share the story with your friends. So nowadays, like sharing experience is very important.
Thank you for that. And going back to new things, go on with that.
Okay. The new attraction that we have now, for example, last year we have this hop-off bus, which is I think we have that service in most major cities.
Yes.
So now they're in Penang. So actually it's a double decker. So on the second is open. So imagine if the bus drive past a hawker store, you can actually smell it from the roof of the bus. That's one. And second is that we actually have we just complete the phase one of Penang Hill. So you have a new viewing deck. So you can enjoy the panoramic view of the island from Penang Hill. And then there's few upcoming projects. For example, there's a project coming up in Komta. Komta is an iconic building in Penang. So there will be a sky bar at the rooftop of Komta. Will be completed end of this year or early next year. And beside that, there's few attraction is going through upgrading process. One of them is butterfly farm.
Which what?
Butterfly farm.
Butterfly. Yeah, been there.
Yeah. So they're having a upgrading process now. And also escape theme park. They're going to open a new section. And beside that, there's also a new indoor theme park coming up. It's a we call Jump Street. It's a tampering park. So it's something, the activities that can have for family. You know, you want a day for outing. It's a good place to go to.
Wonderful. Quickly on the MICE front, the meeting and conference, I know there was a lot of new facilities. How is that doing in terms of filling up with new meeting and conference groups? I think the two main major facilities is completing within the next 1-2 years time, which is the SPC, and also the IGM Convention Center. And then besides this, next year we're going to have a WTM Asia Connect, first time in Penang. So I think this is one of the things that shows that MICE is getting more and more important in Penang. And lastly, air service. Any new direct service added in the last year or two?
I think the latest one will be from Trichy, India. Then there's also a few in the midst of discussion. So I think I can update everyone maybe end of this year or early next year.
Wonderful. Mr. Ooi, CEO of Penang Global Tourism, thank you very much.
Thank you.